The best XR system around just got even better with these Viture Luma Pros. And there's a lot to unbox and unpack here, so let's get right to it. Heyo, what's good everyone? Yokoso, which means welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're not. So in today's video, I'm just going to do a quick unboxing of the new Viture Luma Pro XR glasses, and I'll do a quick comparison with the previous flagship Viture Pro XR glasses and tell you about a little bit more of what they have in the pipeline. But as I always say first, I'll give you a quick disclosure, and that is that these were gifted to me by Viture, but they don't ever really tell me what I have to say, so I don't ever sugarcoat what I need to say. I'll tell you that from a bias standpoint right off the bat, that I love the Viture product line, and I've said, and I stand by my statement, that it is the best XR system out there. Okay, shilling out of the way, what do you actually get when you get one of these Viture Luma Pro glasses? Inside the box is your standard fare of a premium unboxing experience if you've ever had the pleasure of unboxing a Viture product. Right off the bat, you notice that the colorways are very different and representative of this kind of new branding, which is not black and orange, but it's this kind of gray and orange. And I think that's a nice separation of product lines so that you're not confused about what products you're getting. Underneath the top cover, you get this information insert, which tells you about all the different button functions, which is really nice. And underneath that insert, then you're greeted by the new protective case, which is representing that, again, that new colorway, which is in gray. Now the logo here is blue, but the badge in the middle is also different from the previous Pro and Viture 1 glasses. And I'll go over a little bit more of those comparisons between the Pro model and the Luma Pro model later in the video. Also inside the box is these different nose bridges. Now, one thing I forgot to capture some footage of because I'm recording this after the fact is that these nose bridges attach to the glasses in a very different way. They're magnetic now, so they're way easier to swap between them. Also included inside the box is the little hair clip cover, which if you're unfamiliar with how it works is basically it's this little rubber cover which clips over the right leg or the right temple of the glasses to make sure that the magnetic connector from the glasses doesn't get caught in your hair. So if you're not like me and you actually open up the protective case first, you'll be greeted by some nice blue colorway in the inside. And even nicer than that is the new framing style that they have for this, which for lack of better phrasing, all I can say is that it's got a better style. And you can see that little camera in the middle there, just right under the nose bridge. And they've also changed the branding. They've moved the Viture logo from the corner of the frame to the leg, which is now adjustable like some of their competitors, which is also another great addition to help you get a better angle if that was ever a problem for you. And by angle, I meant viewing angle because some people complained that you couldn't get the right viewing angle because of the way that these optics work. Okay, let's get to the part where people probably skip to, and that's the comparison between the Viture Luma Pros and the previous flagship again, the Viture Pro XR glasses. You'll see again that I mentioned in the intro, the colorway or the design language is very different, and they're very different between these two. The frames look different, and the protective case also look different. Besides the style of the frames themselves, you can see that there is also some difference between them in terms of their size. The frames are larger for the Luma Pros, which kind of hides that camera that's underneath the nose bridge even better. If you were under certain lighting conditions, I say it would be easy to mistake it for not being there at all. I'm not sure how well this shows up on camera, but you can see there that the Luma Pro frames are a little bit larger, so the lenses themselves are larger as well. And the frames themselves are also flat in comparison to the Pro XR glasses, which are slightly curved. So here you can also see that they both have diopters on the top of them, which is the adjustment to allow for focus if you have myopia. Now the next thing I'm going to show you here is that angle adjustment for the temples or the legs that I mentioned earlier. There are 3 positions for these temple adjustments, and what this should allow you to do is angle the glasses in a certain way so that it better aligns with the image that gets reflected off of those Sony micro OLEDs. Remember that the Pro XR glasses didn't have that, and so that was probably why some people were saying they couldn't get the image to focus in a certain way. You can also see that the temples stretch out in a similar way to the Viture Pro glasses. I think they stretch out maybe slightly more, even though the frames themselves look a little bit narrower. Overall, I think you can tell pretty easily that the Viture Luma glasses and the Viture Pro glasses share very little in common versus the Viture Pro and the Viture 1 glasses, which were more of a little iteration or slight upgrade versus this kind of generational gap. Okay, and before we wrap up this quick comparison video, I want to show you what it looks like when you're actually wearing it, because some people have said that you look kind of goofy with the original Viture Pro glasses. I mean, that's just how I look. That's kind of rude, guys. All right, so I'm recording myself here. I'm outside, as you can see. And zoom out. I am. This is what it looks like. It's a pretty sunny day. Can't see what I'm watching at all. I don't know. Is it better if I do this kind of like vlog style? Yeah, as you can see, cables running down my neck here. Yeah, it's just tucked in my shirt. Neckband would be a little less conspicuous. Maybe I'll try to get some footage of that. Now, if you were still not excited about these Viture Luma Pro glasses, let me show you some in-lens footage, which if you have any experience with these XR glasses, you know it's incredibly hard to capture. Now, there is some distortion that you can see at the bottom, which makes it look like it's out of focus, but that is not a problem when you're wearing the glasses. You'll also notice that the FOV here is quite large. The literature lists it as 52 degrees, but I swear it looks a lot closer to 60 for me. It honestly looks beautiful, and it is a noticeable upgrade from the Viture Pro XR glasses, which I will mention in my next video, which you have to subscribe for to see. And on top of that note, the last thing I'll mention is that Viture is launching more than one of these pairs from the Luma lineup. You'll be able to see that they're launching 4 glasses. Yes, not just one pair. And I'm hoping I can get my hands on as many of these as possible so I can do as many of these comparisons for you. Anyway, thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you have a great day. And remember,
you are a beautiful person, so don't let anything hold you back.